Okay, ready for the finishing touches. I have the filter housing ready to go. The O-ring is seated properly in place. Try to make sure there's no dirt or debris in there. Now, the well guys have told me try not to touch this with your fingers because just the smallest amount of bacteria on your fingers will then get into your system. So I use peroxide because I have an iron well to clean my Kinetico equipment. So I have some of this professional grade peroxide on hand. I'm going to put a little bit in. If you put too much in, then the filter floats around inside there and you can't get it to fit up inside. See how it's got a hole here? There's an equal male piece sticking down that this has to fit over, and also in the bottom of the filter housing there's a male piece. So on both ends of this filter, now I'm trying not to touch it with my fingers. See how it wobbles around inside there? If I can get it straight and if I can put it up straight, then there's a good chance it'll seat nicely and I won't have to touch it with my fingers. Now what'll happen is as soon as I turn on the water, I'll use the red button on the top of this filter housing. I'll push it down to allow the peroxide and water to escape. Wow, that was almost miraculously easy. So let's see if this tool will work, because this is a slightly different shape. Yep. Helps to have the right tools. Okay, so see this button I told you I would push? So when I turn on the water, which will happen as soon as I plug in the pump, actually I'll turn this off so no water comes immediately in. The water's coming from the well. I've written on things because I forget from time to time. I've turned it off so that the water doesn't immediately come into here because I want to be able to open this and let out the air before it gets into the rest of the system. So now I'm going to plug in the well pump. Pump's running. It should be trying to fill this tank. And then I'll have this depressed to let the air escape, and I'm turning on the water very slowly. Hoping to get as much air out as possible. See the water and the peroxide coming out? There we go. And the pressure's coming up, I can see on the dial that I've got on my pump. So I'll just wait and make sure that I haven't done anything wonky that will cause the pump to overheat. So I will stand here and watch until the pump kicks off, and then I'll just do the cleanup. You can see that I laid out quite a big mess for myself, but I find it easier to lay out everything I might possibly need than to keep going and looking for tools and pieces. So I hope this was helpful. If I can do it, you can do it. The only difference is that over time I buy whatever tools I need for the job so that I have them on hand when it comes time to do another job, and I try. I look at these PVC pieces, I call them Legos with glue, because the PVC glue is kind of like gluing Lego pieces together. So what was the worst that could happen here? I might have failed and had to try it again, in which case I always have spare parts on hand just in case. And if I really couldn't do it, then I did the project early enough in the day and not on a Friday, so that if I had to, I could call out a professional to do this. Now, it probably took me, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that to do it, because I have to think this through piece by piece because I don't do it all the time. It would probably have taken a professional that's used to doing it, I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe 10. They would have had the tools on hand and been able to make very quick decisions, and it would have been over and done with. But I saved myself $200 to $300, and I tried something that I was a little bit afraid of. And the end result, it's working, and I gained some confidence and some skills. So, not bad.